Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, May 15th, 2015. Hope you all had a good eBay week. Today, right now, it's actually sunny out here, but it's very, very cold. It's in the 50s. And yes, for May 15th, that is cold. Don't let the sun fool you. The forecast is clouds rolling in later, rain at night, and rain and showers on and off the entire weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Clouds the entire weekend, which is the norm around here. This is rare. So I figured I'd do another outdoor video and make full use of it. Today we're going to talk about hassle-free returns have arrived. We're also going to talk about an eBay promotion with some free stickers you guys may want to avail yourself of. I want to talk about a cancellation I had, which is really important. I want to talk about some other things such as duplicate listings and buyers not leaving feedback and a few other concerns you guys had. Let's firstly do a rehash of last week's video and last week here on eBay. Last week was a very good sales week for me on eBay. My sales were way up, way better than the week prior. I hope you guys enjoyed the same success. I had no returns at all and one cancellation, and I want to talk a little bit about that right now because it really bugged me out. One of the things I do is I'm always careful when a person buys something from me. I never print the label right away in case they want to pull a fast one. For instance, if they buy an item and then they realize they can get it cheaper somewhere else and they want to cancel. We all know that's a common thing on eBay. It happens. So I always give a little wiggle room for that. So the other night, a person bought an item of mine and paid right away. I did not print the label till the following morning. Gave them time. Within a matter of minutes of my printing the label, the buyer sends me a contact message through eBay saying, "This order has to be canceled. I don't want this item and I did not order it." Now that is freaky. It's one thing for them to say it's the wrong size, the wrong color, they made a mistake. I get that. But for them to say they didn't even order it, that is reason for concern. So I'll tell you what I did. First, I have to cancel the transaction. There's no way about that. There's just no way around it. So I had to void the label and cancel the transaction. Two things. As soon as I did that, I immediately called eBay customer service. I mean, after all, the buyer said they didn't order it, right? Now there's only two possibilities. Number one, they're lying. They really did order it and found it somewhere cheaper. Or perhaps they really are telling the truth and somebody illegally got a hold of their account. It could happen, okay? It could happen. So I called eBay customer service and I said, I want to report an account that might be compromised. I explained what happened. I said, the buyer just contacted me through eBay. Here's the item number. I want you to check this. And she looked at it and she said, yes, I can see what they're saying. They claim they didn't order the item. Maybe they didn't protect their account, or maybe it is compromised. She goes, truthfully, they really need to contact us, but I'm going to make a note in your account, so there's definitely no way this transaction can hurt you. So all right, I was satisfied with that. And afterwards, they sent me a confirmation letter. Okay guys, here is the actual email I received from eBay regarding this eBay bidder whose account is potentially compromised. It says, eBay listings removed, unauthorized user of buyer or bidder account. Hello Hubcap Joes. We had to cancel bids and purchases on the following items for the buyer because they were made without the account owner's permission. And I redacted the item number for security purposes because their account is in question. Please note that we're working with the account owner to prevent any additional or unauthorized activity. All associated fees have been credited to your account. In these situations, we'll credit the final value fee for removed listings won by this buyer, and also the insertion fee if it was a single quantity listing. We have credited any associated fees to your account. This is exactly why I'm telling you guys to call eBay directly, immediately, if you receive any communications from a buyer saying they did not order the item from you. Capiche? So then I check my seller listings, things that I have previously sold, and they are blocked from leaving me feedback, which is a good thing. So my point is, guys, if a person contacts you and wants to cancel because they bought the wrong size, or they made a mistake, or they changed their mind, you have to always accept the cancellation. However, if they claim they did not order it, I sincerely recommend you calling eBay Trust and Safety, number one, to protect yourself, and number two, maybe the person is really telling the truth, that their account was compromised and it needs to go on record. So always, guys, always be proactive. All right? Do what you got to do. Protect your account. eBay said recently all sellers that accept returns would be automatically, through a grace period, be indoctrinated into hassle-free returns, and it looks like I finally reached that point. And I'm not a big fan of hassle-free returns, because as you know, people click the snag button no matter what, because they want the free shipping back. Last week I told you about a buyer who clicked the snag button only because he wanted a partial refund. Now that's an automatic defect, but the funny part is I agreed to give him the 25% return like he wanted, and to this day he has not responded, and it's been over a week. And eBay says I have to wait till the middle of June. That's over a month. Uh-oh, I just got a message from somebody on eBay. Okay, I'll answer that one later. So, I'm not opposed to hassle-free returns. I mean, it makes it easier for the buyer. I'm just opposed to sellers getting automatic defects that are undeserved. That's what I'm opposed to. I think you guys will agree with me on that. There's a promotion going around that most of you probably don't know about for some free stickers. I'm going to drop a link in the description box below, and I got mine the other day. Here they are. I'm going to show you them. I learned about this through one of the Facebook groups, actually. They're free, and they're little stickers. Let's see if you can see this here. See these? You peel them off and you paste them on. I've been pasting them on my invoices. It says, "Thank you for supporting my eBay business," and there's a line where you fill in your store. So I fill in Hubcap Joe's, and it looks kind of cool. You can get them for free by signing up in the link that I'm going to drop in the description box below. And I am for anything that is free and that will promote my eBay business. So I say that's a good thing. Somebody wrote in last week's comments, and it's something I noticed myself, that a lot of buyers are showing up with 0% feedback, even though their feedback is not 0%. For instance, you may sell an item to John Smith, and it will say John Smith 0%. But when you click on him, his real feedback will show up. Like maybe John Smith has done 450 transactions. You know, it's showing John Smith as 0 when John Smith really has 450 transactions under his belt. I am not sure why eBay is hiding the amount of transactions buyers have done. This, again, is like I described last week. It's a hit and miss thing. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't seem to be affecting everybody. I have noticed it myself, and some of you guys have noticed it. So if any of you guys want to comment on that, have you noticed it? And if so, what do you think about it? I give it a thumbs down. Why would eBay want to hide the amount of transactions a buyer has had? I would think they'd want to promote them. I just don't get that. We also talked last week about duplicate listings. And at least one or two people wrote in and said that they think eBay should give us some kind of a warning if we actually do make duplicate listings. And I like that idea myself. Sometimes you forget if you've listed something twice. It's happened to me over the years. Not a lot, but it has happened. So if we do accidentally make a duplicate listing, I think eBay should at least send us an email saying, hey, hold up there. This is a duplicate listing. Still, I find a lot of buyers are not leaving feedback. This is something else we talked about the last couple of weeks, and you guys have agreed with me. I just don't get it. I do notice quite a few people leaving feedback a month after they get the item. That's because eBay sends a little 1-month love note reminder. In fact, I had one the other day, a month to the day after he bought the item. And I'm glad to get positive feedback, no matter how long it takes. But I just wonder why buyers don't. I wonder why they don't leave it. And there's a lot of sellers that don't leave it too. You know? A while back I bought some hubcaps from somebody. I think I told you this. And I got the items. They were fine. They never left me positive. So I decided to conduct an experiment. I rarely ever leave positive feedback for a seller if they don't leave it for me first. But with this person I did. I said, let me see if it'll goose them into leaving me feedback. Didn't goose them into anything. They left me no feedback at all. So that kind of bummed me out. I'm also noticing a lot of sellers that are slow as molasses to ship. Like, I'll buy an item on a Monday, and they won't ship it out till like Thursday or Friday. And even then, they're going to ship it at the slowest possible rate, and it's going to take 2 weeks to get. I tell you, that's one thing I would never do. If you buy an item from me on Monday, it's going out Tuesday, period. I don't believe in making people wait. I've never had a complaint on my shipping time ever. All right, I'm real big on that. I go to the post office every day. Buyers should not have to wait for their stuff. As far as categories in eBay Motors are concerned, somebody wrote in last week who also sells on eBay Motors and says they should have a category specifically for aftermarket. And I agree with them. And I said this months ago. In eBay Motors, eBay should have a drop-down menu where you click either factory original parts or aftermarket parts. All right? It's either one or the other. It can't be both. It causes a lot of confusion and a lot of possible problems. All right? These China sellers, oh my God. Do they saturate the eBay Motors market or what with their crummy aftermarket parts and supplies? I've never seen anything like it. It's always been to some extent. But ever since they made this agreement with these China sellers, it's just completely out of control. Funny thing is, I sometimes get questions from eBay buyers or potential buyers saying, Joe, I see you have some hubcaps for sale. I'm interested in them. I just want to be sure that they're factory original and not those crummy aftermarkets that are all over eBay. And I love when I get people asking me emails like that, because I tell them, yes, my stuff's factory original. That's all I sell here. I will not sell that crap. And this is a perfect example of eBay buyers not wanting that stuff. There is a time and place for those cheap aftermarket covers, definitely. However, if any eBayer wants a cheap set of those aftermarket covers, all he has to do is run down to his local Pep Boys or Walmart and buy a set for $20. You know? You don't have to spend $39.95 on eBay for a set of those cheap aftermarkets where you get them at Walmart for 20 bucks. I just don't understand that. But I do take a personal affront to that because it's just not right. All right? Give people what they want. That's my opinion. I read every one of your comments on last week's video, and they were all basically on point. Just about every one I agreed with. There was a couple but that I didn't. But if you guys have any comments on any of the topics covered today, feel free to comment below. Or if you'd rather bring up a topic of your own, that's good too. We can talk about that in next week's video. I think that's about it. Let me just check the time here. Okay. Today's important points of today's video, the most important thing I think is cancellations. Guys, if an eBay buyer writes to you and says, I want to cancel the order, number one, you have to cancel it, no matter what the reason, okay? That's just the way eBay works. You have to do it. If you printed it out a label, you have to void a label. If you don't know how to void a label, tell me, and I'll do a little tutorial in a few days when I get time, maybe next week. And if a buyer writes to you and says, I did not buy this item, you still have to cancel the item. But I strongly suggest you call eBay at once to protect your account, because there's only two possibilities, guys. Either the guy is lying, and either he bid on your item, or let some family member bid on it erroneously, and now, you know, is having second thoughts, or he's telling the truth, and somebody illegally has accessed his account, and eBay needs to know about that to protect him and to protect you. It worked for me, it'll work for you. Stay safe on eBay, all right? You don't want any fishy deals. As far as the other things we talked about, hassle-free returns, the only way, guys, you can get out of hassle-free returns is if you do not accept returns. That's the only way out. Otherwise, you'll be lumped into hassle-free returns, just like the crazy New York driver here is. I haven't had any extra returns. It doesn't really spawn returns, but if a person is going to make a return, it spawns an unnecessary SNAD defect, and I don't think that's right. That's my opinion. What's yours? I'd like to know. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thanks for watching here another Friday on the Crazy New York Driver Show. Comments welcome below, and if you need any topics for next week discussed, comments below, and I will see you. Bye.